Thank you, Reed, for the nice introduction. As you stated, my name is Damien, and today I'm going to be talking about a speech on running for my life. I'm sitting in a hospital bed with a resting heart rate of 128 beats per minute, pain in my left arm, and scared for my life. This was the breaking point for me. I knew that I needed to change. The self-inflicted abuse finally caught up. My mind was weak and my body was breaking. My life was falling apart and I was the cause of it. That's the reason I run. I am running for my life. When did I start running? I started running in January of 2022 when we were living at my in-laws' house. And it was in the middle of winter, snow coming down, and I was like, you know what, I gotta just start doing something. So I threw on my coat, boots, and started running. My running started from light post to light post, and if you've ever been to Worcester, they're not that far, but that's the distance I was able to run. I couldn't run any farther, but slowly I would increase that. It was 2 light posts, 3 light posts, and sure enough, by the end of our stay at my in-laws, I was able to run a mile. I started tracking my running via Map My Run on the Under Armour app, and my first log run was at 1.68 miles, and that was on March 21st, 2022, and I have since ran 500 miles over 95 hours, and I also just ran my first official half marathon this last Sunday. I hated running. I couldn't stand it. It was like the worst thing. It's like, man, like it was the devil if you're religious. I couldn't stand it. But the thought of it made me cringe, and even though I hated it, I knew that if I did it, it would really help. It would benefit me, it would help me in all the ways that I needed it. I started running because it was the one physical activity that would help me in the areas of my life where I was weakest. It would help me repair the parts of my body I damaged the most through my self-abuse. It would help me heal my mind, which was crumbling. It would help me heal my heart and my lungs, which we all know you can't live without. So, for me, running is a way to challenge myself. It's beyond challenging my physical endurance, it's also challenging my mental strength and my mental stamina. It's a way for me to push myself in both regards, mentally and physically. Who in their right mind would agree to sign up, spend $100 to run a marathon, run for 2.5 hours straight? It sounds crazy, but I did, and it was crazy, and it was fucking hard. It was really hard, but I did it. My marathon, I was able to run nonstop the whole time, and that was my goal. The biggest challenge for me when I started running was that inner dialogue. My inner voice was a dick. He was an asshole. It was full of, you suck, you can't do it, quit now, why are you even bothering? What are you doing? Like, who do you think you are that you're gonna become a runner? I was the meanest person I knew, and that says something. I realized that I could only go as far as my mind allowed me to go. If I didn't believe I could run, then guess what? I ain't running. I'm not going anywhere. And I don't know if I created this, but it came to me, and it might be, I'm not trying to plagiarize, but it might be an existing quote, but believe you can't and you won't. Believe you can and you will. For me, it started with believing that I could change. I had to believe that there was a possibility for me to even be able to run, for me to run. And another quote that it was, I forgot, he's a motivational speaker, but he says, do what is easy, life will be hard. That stuck with me, and I said, you know what, then I'm gonna do what's fucking hard, and I'm gonna do it. What running gave me was time spent with myself. It allowed me some quality time with me. And it was me with me doing something, working towards something hard and difficult. During my runs, I started having conversations with myself. If you see me running down the street, you'll probably think that guy's freaking crazy, because I'm literally talking to myself out loud. Some people enjoy talking to themselves within their minds, but I prefer to hear my voice, and I used to hate my voice, and now I'm okay. I'm like, I can stand it. I'm not to the point where I love myself fully, but I don't hate myself anymore, and that, for me, was a big step in the right direction. I use the time to run to boost myself up with affirmations. I do some problem solving. I use the time to address any conflicts that I have going on. And going for a run gives me time to just think about life, think about where I'm at, think about what I want to do, and how I want to do it. My words, "you fucking suck," turned into "good job." My words of "you failed" turned into "I'm proud of you, at least you tried." And the words "quit now" turned into "keep going and don't give up." This journey of running was a metaphor for my life, where it's, at the end of the day, all we have is ourselves. It's us versus us. Our inner critic, our inner voice is the only voice that matters. We're the only ones that can say we can, and the only ones that say we can't. And this is what running really taught me. It allowed me to overcome my inner voice of doubt and find strength and peace. I learned to be nicer to myself and to inevitably start liking myself. I learned to start believing in myself. I learned to start trusting myself, and even as far as respecting myself. And I started through these journeys, and every run I would like myself a little more, and I would give myself a bigger pat on the back. I would give myself a bigger hug and say, "good job." The goal for me was growth. And with growth, I found it through running. Some people find it through painting. Some people find it through creativity, music. But for me, it was running. All I must do is keep going and don't give up, because life is too short. So I'm going to leave you with this. Be nice to yourself, believe in yourself, trust yourself, and witness your love for you grow. Thank you.